To the Lookout, a special emergency pod of the Lookout. Emergency. I don't know where this lands in season. I'm gonna keep it in season 2. Whatever. We do what it do. Season 2.5. The Carter 2.5. The Carter 2.5.
2.5. Yeah,
My favorite. There's some great songs on the Carter 2.5. But we're back because we got big news in the Dragon Ball world. We got a big news about the movie that we're all been looking for, or at least some of us has been looking forward to.
Man.
I don't know how much Jeff is looking forward to it anymore, but we got some big news, some big earth-shattering, world-changing, all types of stuff.
Honestly, it's something that it was. Once it was announced, you're like, okay, that's kind of obvious,
right?
But you didn't catch that. You didn't get that vibe at first, but it's really obvious.
They threw out some clues to throw us off and do all this other extra shit. So it's like, it is what it is. But the news that we got is about the Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah.
The Dragon Ball movie we've been looking forward to. Still, the date is December 14th. It has not moved up. It has not moved down. It is firm, December 14th. But the news that we got is essentially this movie is going to be about Broly.
It's about Broly.
Is it Broly or Broly?
I call him Broly.
I call him Broly, but apparently,
I've heard people say a lot Broly.
I think it's Broly. I watched the first movie yesterday. They said Broly, so I'm trying to. For my entire childhood, I've called him Broly.
Let's change it up. Let's do Broly.
Take a shot every time I say Broly or would Jeff say Broly. So take a shot. We're gonna play this shot game. Take a shot every time I say Broly. He says Broly because it's essentially.
I have called him Broly. Yeah, since I've known about him. So
28 years of my childhood, I've called him Broly. His name is Broly. This is wild. This is nuts.
It is what it is. Some people are gonna be like looking at us sideways right now, but y'all can get over it.
Yeah, you really could because just really. But the new Dragon Ball Super movie is gonna be about Broly. Let's talk about just everything that we've learned from the. So it threw the trailer out to us.
Mm-hmm.
It drew a disguised Saiyan. This movie was going to be about Saiyans. This is you see Goku bouncing up and down in the trailer, and you just see some shackled Saiyan power up or something along those lines. And we're just like, whoa, new Saiyan?
Yeah, you don't know what it is.
That's it. We haven't got a new. I mean, we got new Saiyans in the Super movie, in the Super series, but we haven't got a a new Saiyan that we can look forward to in a long time. Oh my God!
We're taking multiple guesses. We're diving into family trees, and
they've thrown us off there. I mean, they talked about the movie is going to have some instances of time travel.
Right. So we're automatically thinking, okay, well, maybe this is just some Saiyan from some other time.
The trailer takes place in the frigid cold. I guess they edited out Goku's jacket at that point.
Yeah.
Because it don't make no sense why he don't have it. It's fucking cold. But they edited out his jacket. We're just looking at it saying, it was like, yo, bro, I've never seen Broly in my life in the cold. No way. I mean, this got to be a new guy. Guy.
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even say that. I wasn't thinking about Broly.
I did not think
I was not thinking about Broly at all. I wasn't thinking about him at all, bro. As a matter of fact, if we go back to our episode when we discussed when the trailer leaked, I wouldn't be surprised if we even mentioned him.
No, I highly doubt it.
I have to go back and listen, but I'm almost sure we didn't even mention him.
Listen, I was looking up prehistoric Saiyans from the ages, and I'm looking up what's his motivations, what does Whis Beerus have against him, the Saiyan that they feared when they made Frieza destroy planet, Vegeta, all this other stuff. I'm looking up so much stuff.
Going down some real deep Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super information to figure out who this could possibly be. I think at one point we said maybe it was like one of Trunks's kids or something like that. Like,
Right.
just some wild stuff, man.
It's Broly.
It's Broly.
Let's
It is
talk about
Broly.
Broly for a second.
Yeah.
Um.
Can I say something? You know, when the poster first leaked,
Sure.
the poster first hit the internet, I immediately thought it was fraudulent. I think I tweeted it a few times. But the poster was, to be fair, it wasn't in good condition. Like it was obviously a bad scan. It wasn't HD or anything. And like if you look at it, it looks you know,
I can Photoshop this. I can blend a little,
that's all I'm trying to say, bro.
I can blend a little. I can do little things, I can do here and there.
So it looked kind of fraudulent at first. Now, of course, when the HD picture came out, it did look much better, and it looked like it was kind of supposed to be done. But I'm still not a fan of the poster, by the way. But Broly is basically being redone for Canon Super.
You know what?
I don't know if it's been like this Broly is going to be in Super, but it appears he's going to be canon.
Well, so the rest of the movies regarding the Super has been canon. Yeah. They've actually played out in the actual series, so which makes me think maybe this will too. Who knows?
Well, you want me to tell you something that I'm not going to say I'm like afraid of it, but I feel like they're going to make this movie the first saga as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's literally what I was alluding to.
So, like I think we'll get the movie and then we'll get more in depth, part of it when they decide to go ahead and make it the actual series, the first saga. So they did that with Frieza.
We did that with Frieza. They did that with the Beerus movie.
Mm-hmm. Gives them more time to work on other things too.
Yeah,
right? Story's basically already done. Yeah.
Quite frankly, so we're gonna upon this, this news. First reaction. Tell me what's your first reaction immediately.
I was upset about it. Because I thought I was so caught up, I guess, on thinking we were about to get something or somebody completely new.
Mm-hmm.
Like a new challenger we've never seen, a new full-blooded Saiyan from wherever, maybe from Sadala. I don't know. There were so many other options.
There's so many plot points, especially coming out of Broly. Super.
Right, yeah. And then going back to stuff with Beerus and like conversations like that, I'm like, this, it didn't make, Broly was not in my mind.
Broly it's going backwards instead of forwards.
Right, and I guess that was the energy that I got. That's what it gave me. It's like, okay, well, later on we find out he's getting a bit of a redesign, but he's still keeping that same Broly, that same feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I need to see him before I make I don't like it as of right now.
So
I'm still on that.
My first reaction was definitely shock. Mine was, it was shock in the sense of like, whoa, Broly. Yeah. But it was also, there was a mild disappointment because it's like, bro, there's like 4 Broly movies. Like, what are we? Are we doing this again? But then again, there's like 8 Frieza movies. So I mean, there's
this is fair. And I mean, if you're trying to add another Saiyan in without making it seem corny, this is your safest bet. Basically, redo Broly, make him canon, make it work, and people will accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be way more difficult for them to bring in some guy we don't know. And maybe
expect us to believe
exactly, bro,
that he's a guy,
exactly, bro,
and where all his powers come from, and why does he do the things that he does?
Instead, it's like, you know what? Let's make sure
we've got years of development. We got 25 years of development with Broly. Let's let it rock. All right, so let's talk about.
Do you like the design? What you can see, what you've seen.
Him in the Saiyan armor. Him, you know what? I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, it's tough, bro.
I'm not sure yet.
I don't want bulky Broly, like the
one that we know.
Yeah,
the insanely strong, insanely muscled. Yeah.
I just feel like the way that.
But that's what made it. To be honest with you, though, that's the image that made Broly.
I hear that. But what if now they focus more on his hair?
I don't know because so here's the
You remember
thing.
when I sent you the link about the toys?
Yes, I 100% did.
Okay, so I have no idea why that's a thing. But what if we find out Broly's hair is like that is because he's been living in the cold his whole life,
Hmm.
and they're just trying to throw us off by making the toys do the same thing in similar fashion.
I don't know, bro.
I don't
I
know.
don't
I'm
know.
just saying, like his aura is
Hmm.
still Broly aura. It's just different.
So here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. He's got slightly. I feel like he's got slightly longer hair. This doesn't seem like the. I mean, it's a bit of a redesign. Like it's not
Hmm.
even. He's wearing Saiyan armor, which he does not wear in any of the movies.
Yeah.
He has a few more scars on him that he does not have in the movies. Um, a little bit more hair.
So
He has a
I
tail.
wonder. He does have a tail. He does have a tail. Now, I wonder what. I'm really curious to where he comes from exactly.
Well, you know what? Akira Toriyama dropped a statement um, shortly after it was revealed that the Dragon Ball Super movie would be Rob Broly. Um, let's read it and let's analyze it and see what we can take from this.
Yeah.
It says, "Everyone, are you familiar with Broly? He's an incredibly strong Saiyan who only appeared in the old anime movies. And I apparently at least drew the designs for him, but I had practically no involvement with the anime at that time. So I completely forgot about the story content. And quite honestly, I mean, I had to go revisit the movie because I didn't remember any of it."
Right. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Like Brawley was exciting physically,
Sure.
always. Like he's always exciting. He's like an exciting character,
He's
just like the way it
exciting.
was done.
Exciting in the first instant of it, but when you know that he couldn't really be defeated,
Yeah.
even no matter how strong you got. Um, so he continues. He said, "So about Broly, I hear these days he's still very popular, not only in Japan but also overseas. I'm assuming he means the United States, all over the
Yeah.
world. He's got an iconic figure. Broly is an iconic look, believe it or not. Um, Based on that, my editor suggested that we have Broly appear in this next movie. I went ahead and watched the movies from back then, and I felt this could be quite interesting once I got right to work trying my hand at the story that incorporates him into the Dragon Ball Super series."
You know what you just said?
What he said?
He was like, I watched the other movies. They were trash.
They were, yeah.
That's what he said.
I felt like he said,
that's exactly what he said.
Some of this makes sense, but a lot of it doesn't.
He's being very like, come on, guys, it's Brawly.
Yeah.
You know how I'm gonna do this.
He says, while keeping in mind Broly's classic image so fondly in the more fascinating Broly. So he's redesigning him. He's keeping his image in mind because it's quite honestly his image that stands out. It means the green hair, the no pupils, all that sort of stuff. I mean, he's dripping in like, I don't know what type of gold it is, but you got there's a little flex there.
He definitely. I don't know if is he keeping that or is it more saying like.
It might be a little more saying like, at least from this perspective.
I'm gonna get to this later on in the show, but Kale has got drip on her wrist too, but we'll talk about that later.
Naturally, you'll get to see fierce combat, but also the encounters between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. It also involves the Frieza Force and the history of the Saiyans, which end up having a major connection to everything. The story content turns out to be very large scale and dramatic.
I think we're seeing Goku's mom.
No, all right. So where'd you get that from?
We got to see Goku's mom.
Why?
It's time,
I feel like
bro.
we'll see Bardock. Maybe.
No, I need to see Bardock, Goku's mom, and Raditz all together as a family.
To me, I'm sure we're going to get.
But I know that's not
this. No, it's not. I don't feel like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, not with Frieza. I feel like when you put Frieza in the mix, it becomes less about the Saiyans and more about Frieza destroying the Saiyans.
Wait, are we? That's true. Are we gonna see Frieza's dad again?
We might see Frieza's. You know what?
What if Cooler's in this movie?
What if Why don't we get the story behind that? I mean, that's a way more interesting movie than Broly, quite honestly.
Hey, bro, we talked about that a few weeks ago. I would do, honestly, a
They
Dragon
don't
Ball
want to.
Super movie just based on Frieza. That would be fire.
We would have to see. That would be the end of the villain named Frieza. At that
Yeah,
point, it would be the end of that.
that's fair.
Um,
But I think we're already getting to the end.
we're
Like,
getting to the end of this.
we
Yes.
are.
But I don't know what they have. I don't know what they have pitched for. The poster. So the poster shows Goku and Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue, in all their opulence.
Mm-hmm.
It has Broly in the background. It has a Saiyan pod.
Not Yamcha.
Not Yamcha. A lot of people thought, oh wow, they just
look
photoshopped
similar.
Yamcha in the back. Nah,
they do look similar for whatever reason. At least in that instant, but it's not Yamcha.
It is Broly. Last time we saw Broly was in the 1994 movie Bio Broly, which quite honestly I don't think I've seen. By virtue of, I don't know if I want to. I feel like I have seen it, but I don't remember it.
I definitely don't remember it, but I've seen it.
I know Goten and Trunks were in that movie. That's all I remember about Bio Broly.
Please don't ask us to watch that.
I feel like
we do. We're gonna have to.
Right? I feel like we don't. I remember, yes, Goten and Trunks were in it.
On Broly, old Broly.
Oh, we got to do a whole episode on Broly now. Yeah. Like,
right before.
You know what? The cast of Bio Broly is not very exciting. That's why it's prominently featuring Goten and Trunks. Mm-hmm. Krillin's in it, Android 18's in it, Mr. Satan's in it, Goku is in it because he's in every movie. And that's really all of the main. So you don't get a Vegeta, you don't get a Gohan, you don't have, much of anybody else. That's probably why they didn't show it in the United States, to be quite honest. Listen, Broly is... I watched the first movie.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Watched it yesterday afternoon. I don't know if I was that... I think what Akira Toriyama is mentioning about the backstory of Broly, that would make him a way more interesting character than they depicted in any of these movies. Because there's a story of, him being born next to Goku crying, and then, King Vegeta himself saying, whoa, we've got this, this baby that has a 10,000 power level.
Right.
And, he could be used in helping saving Frieza, but essentially King Vegeta's like, whoa, this baby is too strong, could become stronger than me. We got to kill him and his father.
Basically.
So they try to murder and slaughter the baby. They're not able to do it. Finally, as Planet Vegeta's exploding, somehow Broly grabs his dad, even though he's literally got to be 10 days old.
Yeah.
He grabs the dad.
Literally newborn.
They fight another planet or something, and that's how sort of the movie of the introduction of Broly kind of starts. And just the sound of Goku's name, Kakarot, just incenses Broly.
Yeah.
And drives him crazy. So it's an entire story that I think they could go back in time and sort of just figure out. That's the way they did with, Kale and Caulifla.
Yeah,
with that sort of story, with the Berserk saying similar to Broly. I mean, we talked about it. Is Broly canon now that Kale is having these moments where she's going berserk and having these Broly actions?
Yeah,
and we wondered that maybe that was a
bro. I think it's definitely connected. I'm almost for sure now. And if it wasn't for him being in this super movie, and Sadala and all the the hints about the planet and Vegeta saying he wants to go, all that, it has to make sense. It has to go. I honestly, I text you last night, or I don't remember what day it was, and I was like, I think Kale and Broly may be related.
I don't think so.
I think they may be related, bro.
I think they're in completely two different universes. That's why it was just very rare. It's two different, they're the polar opposite of one another.
Or maybe we don't know. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
We don't know. That's what I'm saying. He may be trying to tie it in
I don't know because they were both born on planet Vegeta. That's what I'm saying. It's like Broly was born next to Goku. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I see. They were in the same universe to start with, no matter what.
Right. They were in
Goku
the
and
same
Broly,
universe.
as the story goes now,
But
because
the
we don't know what he's gonna do
I
with him.
mean, he could see a total rework in terms of
That's what
just
I'm
not even
saying.
introducing him in the same style.
All I'm saying is, if it's related to Super, if they go that route, I wouldn't be mad at it because it would make sense.
Now,
If they wanted to go that route, I don't know.
how much of this do you think stems off of the fact? I mean, how popular do you
What if
think
this
Broly
Broly's
is?
never? That's what I'm saying. What if this Broly doesn't know Goku?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
I
just
couldn't
saying, like,
imagine a story where he doesn't know Goku because it's so intertwined. I mean, it's definitely going to be reworked in a sense, definitely. But I couldn't imagine a story where he doesn't know Goku.
I know. I
Maybe,
hear you. I hear you. I'm just trying to figure out how this comes about, especially intact with Super
well,
and it being canon at that.
we haven't. I think
They're
we,
not on. They're not on Earth,
yeah. There
right?
is as detail. No, they're not. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Okay. So
There's a
it's definitely not Earth.
from previous hints of the movie. There's a lot of it that takes place in space. This isn't an Earth centric movie,
Mm-hmm.
according to the stories and things like that. Um, how long do you think they knew about this from the beginning?
Redoing Broly?
Yeah, from the
I
beginning.
would. Yeah. I mean, I
when
wouldn't
they
be
when they
surprised if.
introduced Broly as a character in this video game a couple months ago.
Right. Right. I mean, I think they'd at least have to know around the Black Saga.
Mm,
I mean, I'm pretty sure at that point in time they're already prepping for what's not done yet.
right.
If they were already up, getting everything together for the tournament, and I'm pretty sure they probably already knew what was going to go down. 8 months later.
It's a this is the
It's amazing.
it's amazing. It's a lot of intrigue in the air. A lot of people are
I'm not
excited.
sold. I'm not
I
sold.
mean, a lot of people also are not sold.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I need to see him more. I need to see. I need to hear a little bit more background, and hopefully, like I said, how does this story tie in? Does it tie in that classic, Goku and him in a pod, or is it go completely south? Like, what is it? How's he tying into this? What's the redesign look like? What's his Super Saiyan look like? These are all important things. Like,
He becomes canon for the first time in like 20 in
and
the 20 something years that we've known Broly. He's now canon. This is essentially what everyone wanted, which to
no,
me is like continues the streak of Dragon Ball Super and what they've continued and what they've done with it, because there's a lot of fan service in Dragon Ball Super, and
right.
to me this is the biggest fan service of them all.
Now let me ask you a question.
Sure.
So Beerus fought this guy.
Is it Broly?
I mean, isn't that who he was talking about now? Now that we know,
Is
doesn't
it?
doesn't it all tie back now?
I
Because
don't
I
know.
mean, who? So was it, there's another? Is there another? Was there another Saiyan?
I mean, there might be. There's been hints
So
at another saying. I mean, I don't know how truthful. I mean,
bruh,
we had an entire discussion about another Super Saiyan God. I don't know.
see, I think he was talking about Broly. Now,
Mm.
like, I don't know. I'm because I don't know what else.
I
I
don't.
just but that's a long. If he's not talking about Broly, then like they're pushing back a whole nother piece of the story that we don't know about at that point in
I don't
time.
think he's talking about Broly because we've seen, according to the old movies. I mean, that old movie isn't canon anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's tough, right? It's tough.
it's
We don't
tough wrapping my
really.
mind just knowing
I'm
the
just
history of
look,
Broly.
but Mills, I'm only going based off Super. Like
Right.
I'm only taking clues from Super because as far as we know, this
The
Broly's canon.
previous movies, yeah, the previous movies maybe
Right. It's
possibly
kind of
doesn't matter.
they may be irrelevant. So I can only go off what we've heard from Super since he's going to be in Super and it's canon. They have to tie him in with whether information that we already got or what we're about to get. And all I really got to go off is this legendary Super Saiyan that Beerus kept talking about.
I mean, if it follows a similar path to Goku with only a few accents and a few changes,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it can't be Broly. But
In that case, we
he,
got
but he
another
didn't,
one. We got
but
another
he
one
didn't,
coming.
he didn't exist in the universe until now. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's so. They. This is why we had to jump on and do this emergency pod,
Right.
because there's a lot of questions. Because yeah, we can reference as many of these old Broly movies as we want, but like it may have nothing to do with it.
And then what does Frieza play? What the role does he play? Frieza's alive. I don't think we're
Frieza's
gonna.
big chilling. He's
Usually in all the
got his people together.
usually in all these Broly movies, it's just flashbacks of Frieza laughing and killing the Saiyans. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but he's actually alive in this movie. Makes me wonder. Frieza destroyed Planet Vegeta.
Yeah.
Broly's in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beginning to think at some point Broly and Frieza will cross paths at some
They're
point.
gonna interact. Well, okay.
And
So getting into that question, first of all, I like what you just said, because I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about the direction that Broly goes after? What would you prefer? Would you prefer to this just be a saga thing and he's the bad guy and he's killed and we move on, or is he a part of Super? What kind of Broly is this? Is this an aggressive, kill everything Broly, or is this more of a super, like a Saiyan, like the personality? I want to know what his personality is going to be like.
so I feel like
Basically,
for the last 20 or so years, maybe more, almost 30 years at this point, we've seen the relationship between Vegeta and Goku. Them both as the last two Saiyans, them both carrying on the legacy, them both doing other things. And we've seen other Saiyans come in the mix. We've seen Trunks, we've seen Gohan, all this other stuff. So now you have another
big
pure-blooded
family.
Saiyan to sort of incorporate in the series. And you have, it's weird because Dragon Ball Super is a story about 1A, 1B. Vegeta, Goku.
Basically.
And if you throw Broly in there and don't kill him, it becomes a 1A, 1B, 1C.
But is that something they could be looking for? I mean,
I think it doesn't. They don't live up to the years of development that we've got from Vegeta and the years of development we got from
absolutely
Goku. But it provides a new opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we
a lot of new development.
We got a lot of Goku and a lot of Vegeta. You know, like I mean, like you said, that's what this is about, right? You know, it's about them two mostly. And if they want to bring another Saiyan in to kind of slow down, I don't want to say slow down, but I guess slow down Goku and Vegeta's story,
right? Or at least sense. Provide provide a third perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
On the Saiyans,
especially Frieza's on Earth, so we know that, so he's alive. He's still going to be a problem at some point. Mm-hmm. You know, we got all these other Saiyans on this other planet. It's a lot of different things going on, and then of course, what do they do with Goten and Trunks? Is that something that moves forward? Like, there's a lot of little like things that they're gonna have to just wrap around. Everybody gets their shot.
This is so exciting.
It is. It's a lot, bro, but it's cool. I'm glad. Again, we keep talking about new stuff. Keeps coming out. We're like, damn, they're keeping us interested.
They're keeping us interested, no doubt. Man, I don't know if I have anything to talk about the Broly movie anymore, man. It's we're in questions. We're running through it.
We don't have a
lot of information. We literally just dropped 30 minutes of.
It is what it is. There's not a lot that we know except for a few pictures, the poster. We know it's him now. So when you go back and you watch the original trailer, at least you know it's Broly.
Right.
You know, but besides that.
And I'm sure we'll get an extended trailer.
Of course.
Another extended trailer at some point within the next couple, months.
It's going to happen.
Maybe even
wouldn't be besides sooner than that.
Maybe even at the conclusion of, this other series that just began, Super Dragon Ball Heroes.
Yeah. I'm not a fan so far.
The first episode prepared July 1st. I mean, and by the time you hear this, the next weekend we'll see the second episode. So next episode is, I believe, July 16th or 15th, something along those lines. So we should be getting the second episode pretty soon. First episode, You know, I looked at the link and I was just like, "Oh, you only sent me the 8.5 minute version,"
Yo,
and I was
that
just
was it,
like,
buddy.
"You know what? Let me look for another link." And it was also, 7:3. I was like, "What is going on here?" So we open it, we look through it. It's literally less than 9 minutes long, the entire episode, including opening and closing credits. Um,
I wasn't necessarily shocked. I just was like the fact that they had already let us know. Kind of, we already knew who was in it. So I'm just
we
like, as soon as I saw it was that short, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be it.
so here's a few things, with the damn movie. A lot of things happen without explanation, and you just
Of
kind of
course,
have to live with it because it's a 9 minute clip as opposed to 21 minutes like a normal episode or several
yeah.
seasons. So first thing that shows up is Mai shows up out of nowhere. By the way, don't get me wrong. This is Beerus's planet, so I have no idea how
Yeah,
she gets there.
she's just there. Maya's there.
She's just there. She runs up. She's like, "Yo, Trunks got captured on some prison planet," and then this other dude shows up. No idea where he comes
No
from either.
idea. Never seen. Well, I've seen him from the leaks, but like we don't know who he is.
Yeah, we have no idea who he is. So he shows up and he's like, "Whoa, yeah, Trunks. He is on that planet. I can tell you all about that planet, but you got to go to that planet first." And everyone's just like, "I guess we're going to the planet. We got to save
It,
Trunks, right?"
that's how this series begins.
Literally 30 seconds later, they show up on the planet. Literally, no more than 6 seconds of showing up on the planet, another Goku shows up. Just Goku's, my man's just like, "You look like a Goku, I'm a Goku. We should fight. We're both Gokus." Goku turned Super Saiyan Blue. This other guy turned Super Saiyan 4. They're fighting. It's like,
In a better fit though. He had a better fit on.
it's a much better. Toriyama did his thing. Toriyama
Yeah, I
stopped
like
playing
that
games.
fit. I do like that fit, but
Uh,
I don't like the 0.5 second transformation.
no,
It pissed me off, dude.
It's I mean, don't get me wrong, if you hate the transformations and talking in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, and you're like, "Oh my god, this takes so long," I'm assuming this is your series because we get a Kamehameha battle that lasts all of for 10 seconds. Um, we get the guy revealing that he's evil 15 seconds later.
Yeah.
They both been duped 5 seconds later. Um, they say that this isn't the only Saiyan you have to contend with. He's talking and talking. He's talking and talking. You literally scroll up. You see Trunks in a prison cell. I don't know how he got in the prison cell. You know,
He's locked up. I'm over here like, how the hell did
he's got.
Trunks get locked up?
They open up the prison cell. He's like either in like Japan or like Las Vegas or wherever the fuck he is.
He was wilding out. He was wilding out.
Man is in some weird neighborhood. Cooler shows up.
Cooler's there.
He's just there. He's there. It's this planet of
We don't
all
know
this
why,
other
guys.
things. This maniacal guy. I forgot his name. I literally forgot his name. What's the
Dude,
purple guy's name?
He's a thought, dude.
He's a super thought. My guy.
He's got a man bun. Well, it's not a bun, but he's got a ponytail.
I forgot his name
And
already.
He's got glasses.
It's so crazy.
He's a smooth looking dude.
He's a smooth dude, but it's the prison planet, saga. What's his name? I'm searching his name now. Fu. Boom. Fu.
Oh.
Fu. My man shows up. Apparently he's, controlling everything from like his control room. Reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh season with Noah's Ark. Just immensely. And then he unleashes, I got a new Saiyan. Like an evil barbaric Saiyan that's like he's got no pupils and he's in a muzzle, and that's pretty much it for the first episode.
Looks like Broly. But it ain't.
He looks like a couple guys.
Angry Saiyan Man.
Angry Saiyan Man. I dig it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really a fan. You don't get the sense of fulfillment you usually get in an actual episode, but you get all the fan service in the world. But all the fan service comes so fast, you aren't really get the time to absorb the actual gravity and levity of it all. Yeah, so you just kind of get these moments back to back, and then it ends
with no real reason why any of it's happening.
This is weird because you know what? They used to have. Do you remember and I know you remember. I'm asking this question rhetorically. The Pokemon series, and I'm not talking about Pokemon Chronicles. I'm talking about the Red and Blue joints,
Yeah, yeah.
where they actually played out the game in anime form, which were also 10-minute clips, but still the 10-minute clips had
But
way
those were
more.
fantastic,
Those
bro.
are amazing.
That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Yeah, that's how it's done.
This is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just like, Toriyama. I don't think he has any involvement in this by the fact that we see like Super Saiyan 4. But at this point, the nigga might as well. You might just throw him in the fucking series at this point,
I'm just saying.
given what we've gotten thus far. But Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I'm interested to see what happens in the second part, but I'm not hanging my hat on this series.
No, I mean, I'll definitely watch it, and uh, take it in, but I'm not really interested.
Yeah, I'm not really
If you
interested
love
either.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I'm sure this would be something cool for you to watch.
Sidebar, completely unrelated to any of this Dragon Ball stuff. I literally
What's
just
up?
opened an article on Pokemon.
Hmm.
Apparently it skipped. The first episode skipped in the United States in 16 years. And do you want to know why?
Why?
So there's an episode in the latest Sun and Moon series, which is still going on. God knows why. I don't know.
Man, they had they had so much potential. By the
And
way,
then
we talked about that,
we talked about this for so
and then
long.
they
It's
just
the fact that I'm
they
tuned out
fumbled.
and I watch everything. The fact that I tuned out is just
They
anything.
fumbled, man. They fumbled.
Apparently Ash Ketchum in blackface.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he dressed up as a the football monkey, the
Yeah,
Passimian.
I
It's like a
guess.
lemur. Sorry, it's apparently a lemur. So like Ash dresses up like one.
Oh, like a Sabubafu kind of
Yeah.
lemur? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
dresses up like one.
Oh my god! And it just didn't work.
No, it didn't work. So the
It was
United States
blackface.
and that, yeah, they're not airing it, which I give them all the
I
props to.
Yeah, good job of scouting that and not playing it, because that definitely would have blown up.
Good to know there's some black guy who works for the Pokemon company.
Hey, listen, to be fair, Pokemon really don't take no L's in news, or like they do really well, with that type of stuff.
The first L they took was that Jinx, and
Yeah,
they're like,
but look how fast they fixed that.
they fixed that. They were like, oh, she's purple, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that?
And then they had the balls to make a baby version of it.
Right.
So
100%. So you know
yeah,
what?
they don't take a lot of L's.
They don't take a lot of L's.
They're pretty good with that.
This has been an emergency episode to look out.
Yeah, I think it went a little bit longer than we anticipated, but shit, man,
Way
it was
longer than
great.
we anticipated. But you know what? It's fine. It's a beautiful thing. We have questions. You have questions. If you want to talk to us or share any news with us, please feel free to do at RNC Radio Live. You can follow us on Twitter there. You can follow us on SoundCloud /RNC Radio, or you can find us on Stitcher, iTunes,
Everywhere.
Google Play, just wherever you can find podcasts. You can also follow myself at Meals TV. That's MEELZ TV on Twitter. You can follow Jeff at Old Newsboy on Twitter. We've got a new playlist coming out. Well, by the time you hear this, it won't have come out yet. We got a new playlist coming out today. Alternative playlist hosted by the Platinum Chanel boy himself, Jeff.
Yeah, it's great too. I love it. I hope everybody else loves it.
It's called Blush. It's the first in a series of playlists of just alternative music that we wanted to just sort of, highlight on RNC. We're not always about the hip hop and R&B. Sometimes what we mostly are, because it's lit. Quite honestly, hip hop is pretty much running ish on the charts.
Absolutely.
So like, why not?
Shout out Drake.
Shout out to Drake. But we got alternative playlists featuring. Who are we featuring on here?
Oh man, well, I got a lot of like artists that I really like that are underground alternative type, like Claro, like Billy, Rex County, like just like really cool underground slow stuff, but it has like beautiful melodic shit in it. And it's awesome, man. I think we got some Drake on there. I think we got some. We
We did
stuff.
some Drake. Granted, Drake is an alternative, but listen, once you listen to this, you understand where it fits in.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's definitely, it's mood music. It makes you feel good. Sometimes it makes you feel sad, but it's a little bit of good stuff, man. Everybody will enjoy it.
Right, I think so as well. So until then, make sure you listen to all our playlists. Make sure you listen to all our podcasts. Make sure you listen to the A Show. Make sure you listen to Late Fees. Make sure you listen to Two Belts. We're all airing live now.
Yeah.
And continue to follow the news. I mean, we'll be back at periods of time when the next big news drops.
I'm saying, don't let the trailer come out this weekend.
Don't let the trailer, because
we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with you. So, make sure you stay tuned to all the Dragon Ball news, and make sure you stay tuned to the Lookout podcast. And if you interested in more Dragon Ball content, we have season 1 of the Lookout, which follows the universe survival saga, which is, where you can go back and listen to it. I might go back and listen to it because it's fun.
I actually just started listening to some RSPN joints too, because our season's over. We'll be back soon as well. But going back and listening to the old stuff is always pretty fun too.
I might go back and listen to it because
I think it's worth it.
The universe survival saga is going to start in the United States in about 2-3 months.
I'm actually watching. I'm actually going to watch.
It is. Listen, I'm going to watch too. We got to get through that Krillin finding himself saga, but but we're going to get there. I mean, the filler, the next episode that they're going to air on Saturday is the one where Hit kills Goku. So,
oh man, I'm not watching that.
Oh, come on. You got to watch
it,
bro. Oh my God. But stay tuned. We love talking about it, and we'll be back this summer with season 3 with the Boo saga. We're watching it. We're watching it live. We're still watching it. Honestly,
you're still watching a lot of it.
We're still watching a lot of it.
Have you even put a dent in it?
I've put in. I'm at the point currently. Boo just showed up.
Okay. Well,
so we've got
a nice dent. Yeah, we were on the same place.
We got a lot more Boo to go through though. That's just the first Boo. There's about 6 more Boos that come after this. Yeah. So we're making a little dent. But until then, we will catch you. Stay tuned to RNC Radio, my friend. Peace out.
Yeah.